Welcome back to the channel, guys. The CryptoSpender cryptocurrency update, February 10th, 2018, the early edition. Now, just to let you guys know, there's not always going to be a late edition, and I'm still playing around with that. So I'm going to do about 2 a day, maybe 1. It all depends on the news. So let's get right to it. $170 million missing in cryptocurrency. The Russian Nucleaer. Oops, I guess I got to check my spelling a little better. Research employees arrested for data mining at work. Cryptocurrency boom for graphics card producers and a lot more. So let's get right to it. The realm has been pretty quiet for a few days. We've seen a little fluctuation in the market. Again, this is for February 10th. Still sitting on the weekend, so I think by the early weekdays, maybe US weekday or Asia weekday, maybe by Monday, late afternoon Sunday for US time, might see some turnaround. Not sure. We did, I believe, did we almost hit 9K? Anyway, so the CryptoSpender pretty much sees some clear skies coming ahead. So stay vigilant, though. That's basically the message. There's always controversy lurking around the corner, and so you must stay vigilant. All right. So the news update, CryptoSpender, cryptocurrency update, February 10th. Italian cryptocurrency exchange called BitGrail said on Friday that it lost about $17 million worth of, 17 million tokens of Nano with a market value of $170 million. We just lost them. We don't know. Well, they were here and then they weren't here. We don't really know. So, well, yeah. What are you gonna say? We don't know what happened to them. Anyway, it's a pretty rough one. The net it's just gone. I guess what my question, and maybe you guys can put this in the comment, is if anybody ever tries to use or trade those, isn't it traceable? Isn't that the whole point of the blockchain? So they're just gone. They didn't lose them. They're just gone. Like maybe they lost the token receipt. I don't know how but it was stolen. So anyway, pretty interesting. Check out the article. Get into a little bit on that. I guess. Yeah, I'll have to post it in the comments what happened with that one. Our second story was pretty more straightforward. So we had two guys working at a Russian nuclear power plant that decided to partition their own little spot of the computer and start mining for Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. It didn't necessarily say Bitcoin. I just like it because it just shows like how much of a big deal cryptocurrency is, that people are willing to put their jobs on the line and put themselves into legal jeopardy in order to maybe get in on a little bit of. It really is the gold rush. Like it is the technological gold rush more so than the internet. And I think it's because you have to have the infrastructure of the internet in place before you can have cryptocurrency. It has to be a reliable. So you couldn't have had it 20 years ago. You just couldn't have had cryptocurrency. I mean, they existed, sure, they could have existed, but they wouldn't have been able to be traded. So, it's like, when did the gold rush really take hold? When the trails from the east were easy enough to pass through. Somebody had to, and then once there was multiple trails and basically the infrastructure helped move the people out. Pretty crazy to think, but that, the infrastructure that cryptocurrency exists on is the internet. And so that's interesting way to think about it. People struck gold in California, but they didn't rush. They rushed. They weren't able to overnight. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did overnight, but word didn't travel like that. So, you got to load up the horses and all that stuff. It takes time. So, and then what I'm saying is, as more people went, it got easier. It got easier for the people after. And it's similar to infrastructure for the internet and gold mining. Gold mining towns are interesting. What will be the dust that's left after all of the cryptocurrency mining, what's going to be left? They're still working for their transactions, as we know. Anyway, the CryptoSpender does not condone theft, even corporate theft. You can see that. I see there's a shade of gray there. Maybe some of these corporations are ripping us off all the time, so they just do it through their own legal lobbying means. Anyway, our third story: cryptocurrency boom. A problem for gamers, but it's a bonanza for the producers of the graphics cards, which coincidentally are also used in mining. It's an interesting article, I think, and I wrote this here. It's a long term will be good thing for the gaming and the cryptocurrency, because if the graphics card and the tech card industry is finding new life or added market share, and it's just going to make everything faster and better. The more graphics cards that people buy up, the better the new ones will be, or at least it seems like that has been the model. The better the new ones will be next time around, next generation. So, yeah, tech. Tell your kids, man, get into tech. Zeros and ones. If they're not at least understanding the basic parameters of how to build a website or coding or something by the time they're in middle school, if they don't even have a concept of it, then they are behind. Sorry, it's my opinion. All right, moving on. Here's a quick look at the hot sheets today. Bitcoin was sitting at 8,400. That sits right along the lines of the CryptoSpender's forecast for March, which is 8,500 on a low end baseline medium, I guess. And I think what did we pick for? I forget what it was. 8,950 on the low end and 1350 on the high end. And that does not include an overinflated or underinflated market. That's just where I believe that the lines should be pointing us at a nice, slow, respectable uh, scaffold level. I don't know, an appropriate level, I believe. So it's interesting. Market's going to hit 9K if it didn't yet, and it's going to come back down. Okay, so one thing I want to talk to everybody about. The market's going to hit 9K, and then it's going to float back down to 8,400 or 82 or maybe 8 or 79, and everyone's going to freak out. Oh, it's dropping again. It's going to fluctuate. That's a big one to go that much, but it stretches up and then it stretches down. You just hope that when it stretches down, it's not going below where you were before. The market's like the ocean, the tides. That's how I see it. This channel is dedicated to spending, and I should change that to talking about cryptocurrencies because I haven't been able to spend many lately. But really, it's for growth and implementation. We want to see these things grow. And I'm not writing this in the notes, but if you're still listening, buy some Litecoin. That's not financial advice. That's check the charts. But it looks like Litecoin is ready to be the darling of 28, at least the beginning of 2018. If you start crowning coins and be like, this is the one that everybody loves, it'll fade in 6 months, and then everyone will be laughing at you still holding your coins. But what I'm saying, I'm seeing a campaign. I'm seeing some campaigning for pay with Litecoin, and that is for surely going to make a difference. When people see it said, like I saw in the van, a meme, and it said pay with Bitcoin. We accept Bitcoin and Litecoin. That's how you got to do it. You got to pair your name with Bitcoin. You have to be, because people, somebody's grandma actually might have heard Bitcoin, but they don't know what Litecoin is. I guess they'd figure it out. It's coming. But But if you pair your name, like let's say you're XRP, and you can get people to that accept Bitcoin to accept Ripple, and it says Bitcoin and Ripple accepted here, people will see that Bitcoin and go, "Oh, what's Ripple?" Anyway, that's it for this update. I am the crypto spender, at least one of them. We'll talk to you again.